Hi, it's Edie here. Ah, power. So, my name is Edie. I help stressed out people own their lives through developing self care practices, also known as habits. We shape good habits. And by shape, I mean we are intentional about the habits that we choose that are going to support the lives that we can love. It is so easy in our fast paced world to get into rhythms and routines that do not serve us, that do not help us to live into who we know we can be, who we are created to be, to bring our juice to the world, to bring the best of who we are to the world. Sometimes our habits just don't support that. Sometimes our habits are deteriorating our well-being. Our habits of thought are deteriorating our relationships. Our habits of spirit are deteriorating our peace of mind. Today I want to talk about your power. Where is your power? Your power to make these choices, your power to do something in your life that is nourishing, that is going to help it become better and more vibrant and alive and more wonderful. Where is that power? Well, I believe that that power is in prayer. And I think it's interesting that sometimes people talk about not knowing how to pray. And it seems like when people pray formally, there's a certain rhythm to it and there's a certain way that the language goes. And it's almost as if there's a secret formula somewhere. And then there are people who teach that there's a formula for it, that you need to do this first and this second and this third. And I suppose that there's some merit to that. But what I'm talking about is heartfelt prayer to that which is beyond, to the power of love in the universe, the power of that sustains our lives. So there's no formula for it, right? Because that which sustains us is as close as the breath. Our next deep breath has so much love in it and so much grace in it to keep us alive. So what am I talking about? I am talking about our intentional thought of seeking the well-being of ourselves and of others. I don't believe that our prayers need to be about bringing down hail upon people that we consider our enemies, because I don't believe that people are our enemies. I know in this world that we tend to think of groups of people as our enemies, but not the individual. And even still, I'm not sure that the groups of people are our enemies. I believe maybe it's ideologies that are our enemies. But that's a different topic. I'm talking about how we live our lives, our personal lives, and our prayers for ourselves and our prayers for others. So let me give you a for instance. There have been times in my life where I was in conflict with people. I know, hard to believe, but it's true. Where there was somebody that I just did not want to be around, and unfortunately, it would be somebody that I worked with closely. So when I was in 911 especially, we spent 8 hours together, and it was intense work, and we absolutely relied on each other. And man, if you were working with somebody you didn't like, it was really hard. And so I talked to a friend of mine who seemed to be, well, she was older and seemed to have some wisdom. And she recommended that what I needed to do was pray for the person that I didn't like. I was like, that's kind of hard to do. And she says, well, this is how I recommend that you pray. Pray for them, think good thoughts, however you want to frame the idea of prayer. Think good thoughts of them, and ask for divine guidance on how to love them the way that God loves me. So how do I love this person the way that I believe that God loves me, how I am sustained by life? How can I bring this joy to my being to be able to offer it to this person that I don't like, that I really have a conflict with, that I really don't want to be around? And so she said, pray that first thing in the morning, or first thing when you wake up, and first thing before you go to sleep. Last thing before you go to sleep. Just a simple ask. Help me to see this person the way you see them. Help me to love this person the way that I know that I'm loved. And I've done that periodically over the years with different relationships. And it has been remarkable to me that after about 2 or 3 weeks of fairly consistent of these thoughts, that something shifts. And sometimes these people have become very good friends. What changed? Did they change to meet my standard of who they should be? Did their work suddenly get to be awesome? No, I changed. I changed in how I saw them and how I treated them. And so that's the power within prayer. Is not that it changes our situation, it changes us. And we can adapt to our situation in a different way. We have this power within us. Whatever religious belief we might have, people have a power to be intentional in how we think about ourselves and about other people and about our situations. There's much to pray for. My older sister, before she died, one time we were talking about prayer, and she told me, she said, I pray all the time, but I've stopped praying in an advisory capacity. Like, what? She says, somewhere along the line, I stopped telling the Holy One how to fix things, and just trust that holiness can do its work. Doesn't need my direction, just needs my powerful ability to listen and to follow direction. That's what I have for you today. It is my delight to spend time with you, to see you, to enjoy speaking to you. And I see you virtually because in my mind's eye, I see you. And I am so delighted to get to serve you in this way. Have an amazing day.